Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video, and back with a new vinyl talk video, and following up to the last one where I talked about a more recent release on the Berlin-based Rio label, which was entrenched deeply in the electronica realm. I guess I could follow up with something related, in terms of music. So another electronica record on show today, which is from 2002. So more than 20 years old, and you cannot read anything here because it's came in this sleeve thing, and looks pretty marbled. And this is a release on a label that was only short-lived, that was called 8-Track Stereo. Second release on here looks like this. Hope you can read this properly. By Carlito Verde, which is called the Heschler Sessions, actually a 2-track release on this pretty marbled vinyl. Actually, there is 2 variations of this one, so overall this record with this amazing, stunning dirt vinyl turquoise marbellation thing, 2 variations of this. So there's only 300 of those ever out there, or have been. So, and 100 have been pressed on white vinyl, and 200 have been pressed in this kind of marbled form. And what this is a 2-track electronica album by Carlito Verde, as I said, which is not a single person, but is referred to on Discogs as a kind of ambient down-tempo supergroup, with members like Ty Bertrand, Dave Reed, Robert Steckmann, and Tony Rohr as core members. Actually, Tony Rohr is also the guy who is running the 8-Track Stereo label, which was a short-lived affair, had only 5 releases out there. And usually, Tony Rohr is more known for releasing techno things, has been a prolific techno producer, and they had the Carlito Verde group has had contributions not on this album but on other releases, CDs and compilation things by Dietrich Schönemann, which is also a well-known techno producer, also be one half of the folks behind EOX. I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but there is a release out, EOX, the Acid New York EP on Hollis House, which he produced alongside Dietrich Schönemann alongside Taylor Dupré. And also other people have been involved here, like Adam Butler and stuff, on the Carlito Verde project. So yeah, super pretty. I've played this a lot when I did the radio show Die Nachtschwestern. Also interesting that there is no paper, I guess, on the label, just this little sticker, and it is not stated anywhere, not on Discogs or where on every website I could find, if this is a 45 or 33 RPM record. Due to the length of the tracks, one might reckon this is 45, but I used to prefer to play this on 33, and I listened to this a minute ago on 33 as well. So this is super deep, sparse, ever meandering electronica IDM, which is more leaning towards ambient, I guess, with a little bit of a dubby influence. The bass is super heavy, interestingly, even though the overall approach of the tracks is very subdued. One track has a little bit of a climax, a B-side track in the very end, very meandering, very free-form, so elements of krautrock come to mind, but this is not krautrock. This is a live jam electronic thing. And well, Carlito Verde seems to have only existed on the 8-Track Stereo label in terms of full releases. They had some compilation tracks, but overall I guess they have been on 2 proper releases, an album and this single, and 12-inch single, and on 4 or 5 compilations overall. So this is, for being called a supergroup thing, still a project which is very unknown and hard to find. And apart from the copy I bought back in the days at the record store I used to work at, I never have seen a copy out in the wild. I never knew anyone who had a copy, and according to Discogs, only 16 copies of the 300 are listed overall as in someone being being in someone's collection. So this is super rare and pretty. If you're into crowdsy electronica, like labels like Heim Elektro Ulm in parts or other things, very sparse, deep listening music, not really dark ambient, even though it has like a kind of darkish nocturnal twist, this might be one to look out for. Carlito Verde, the Heschler sessions. So I presume this is a live jam recording from somewhere or from the studio. Not pre-produced, not like, definitely not DAW work, but something that people cooked up like in a studio, like just hanging out and jamming and tripping and probably recording live and then like cutting a section out. The tracks are, I guess, more than 10 minutes long. I guess they feel like very long due to their like non-linear structure, but if you're into deep 90s electronica, sparse stuff, and if you enjoyed my last video on the Risks, Issues, Opportunities 3 album I did, well, this is one you might enjoy too. Hard to find, of course, and probably in stores like, what's the famous one? Amoeba or something like that. Those might stock copies like this still, but this is one you find by chance, I guess. I don't know which distributor had it back in the day, probably some import stuff, and I think this is pretty unknown. And if you're playing like a long ambient set or like a radio show, late night radio show, this might be a secret weapon to go to. As a record, you might use and abuse when you have to go to the bathroom, like for a bit, like for a sprint or something like that, but this is more like a chill out listening thing and definitely not dance floor music. Hard to find. Pretty in terms of marvelation and stuff, and one I'd like to share with you anyway. So for now I'm out, basically getting into like edit mode and probably back to doing some shorts throughout the week, because this format is growing on me for some reasons, and seems to bring in like new people that watch my channel. And if you are one of those who have subscribed because you have seen a short of mine, hello, I pretty much appreciate you. Leave me a note, leave me a message, let me know who you are. So now I'm out, I'm gonna go into editing mode. See you in the next one.